Hello everyone, it's Luna and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day, whatever you may be doing. So today I'm back with another Sims 4 video, but we're not in Creator Sim today, which is pretty unheard of on my channel. I'm always in Creator Sim, but recently I have been watching a lot of Evelyn Sims. Evelyn, you've probably heard of her if you watch a lot of Sims 4 content creators. I've been watching a lot of her apartment renovations and her speed builds, and she's got me like super inspired to come into Build and Buy and do some apartment renovations myself. Yeah, I'm super inspired, so that's why I'm here today with this apartment renovation. So yeah, this is 17 Culpepper House Apartment, which is in the Spice District in San Myshuno. It is located in one of the bigger apartment buildings that has like 4 different apartments in it. And yeah, I'm going to be renovating it for a single dad and his daughter. And I really hope you guys will like what I've done with this apartment renovation. I will be uploading it to the gallery, so if you watch this video and you're like, oh my god, this is the best apartment I've ever seen in my life, I mean, you're probably not going to think that, but if you do decide that you want to download this apartment, my gallery ID is in the description of this video. And yeah, I'm actually happy that I've created an apartment that I'm proud of, that I'm happy with enough to upload to the gallery and also do a speed build of, because this never happens. Yeah, so this is kind of cool. This is kind of strange. But yeah, happy with that, I guess. So I used a lot of different packs while I was doing this renovation. I didn't do like a pack restricted build or whatever, but I did use a lot of random ones and some more than others. I would say that if you're going to download this apartment, you should probably have the Dream Home Decorator pack, the Jungle Adventure pack, and Parenthood and Kids Room stuff, and obviously also City Living, but you'd kind of need that anyway to download this apartment in the first place. So yeah, they're definitely the packs that I would recommend that you have if you're going to download this apartment. Otherwise, you can probably just go through and replace the items that don't show up with items that you do have. I think the game does that a lot anyway. If you have like missing items, it just replaces it with ones that are similar. But yeah, they're definitely the like the packs that I use a lot of in this apartment renovation. Also, if you do download this apartment, feel free to include whatever Sims you want in here. It doesn't have to just be for a dad and his daughter. It could be for a mum and her son, or her daughter, or it could be for, you could have 2 kids in here and just like add a bunk bed or something. It could be for 2 parents. It really is whatever you want it to be once you've downloaded it. I just like having something a little bit more specific for when I'm building. It helps me. Also, it makes good titles for my videos, and yeah, I just like making apartments for more specific Sims. But once you download this apartment, it is yours to do whatever the hell you want with it. I really honestly don't mind. But yeah, anyway, I started doing this video yesterday and I had planned to use a particular reshade. If you don't know what reshade is, it's basically something that just changes the way your game looks as you're playing. So sort of like adjusts, you know, saturation and exposure and things like that. So I was going to use a specific one. It's called the Dove reshade, which a lot of other content creators use. I think Simlessly uses it, Evelyn as well uses it. And you know, it's a very nice reshade. It makes your game look really nice. It's really good for recordings and obviously for speed builds and when you take in-game screenshots. But yeah, the Dove reshade is what I would call a pretty heavy reshade. It does a lot to your graphics, you know, it's not very subtle, it changes a lot of things. It's very heavy and I don't usually use it that often. The main one that I use is the Vintage Days preset by Nixel, and it's a very light one. It adds a little bit of exposure and a little bit of contrast and things like that, and it's just a very soft one. It's what I use in Creator Sim. It just kind of like brightens up my game slightly, and most of the time I feel like my computer's just not really noticing much of a difference just because it is so subtle. But I decided before I started recording that I was going to switch to the Dove reshade because I wanted my game to look really, really pretty for you guys. So I go and switch it before I start recording, and I become vaguely aware of a noise coming from my computer, and I ignore it at first and I start doing like the floor plan, and then I'm like, okay, this noise is kind of annoying me, so I turn off my reshade and the noise goes away because I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's the reshade. And then I turn it back on, put the reshade on, my computer starts making the noise again, and I just keep clicking it like on and off, and all the, like, my computer was just making this noise like on and off, and I was like, oh no, my computer is having a stroke. So yeah, long story short, I don't end up using that reshade preset because I'm literally terrified that it's killing my computer. It literally felt like my computer was being strangled, or yeah, it was just throwing a little bit of a tantrum. So yeah, I just end up using the preset to take some screenshots, and for the thumbnail it's probably just better that way. Also, using this preset that I have, it kind of shows you how the apartment will look in your game. It's very, very close, you know, only a subtle difference just to make it look a little bit nicer with this reshade that I've got. But yeah, I did find that quite funny. My computer as well is quite new, like it's 2 years old, so I guess it's kind of like new old in the middle. But yeah, I don't think it's got the best graphics card, so I think that's the main reason why it kind of sounded like it was being tortured. So yeah, the caring person that I am, I decided to not let my computer suffer because I just feel like that would have been mean. And to be honest, I think the game still looks pretty nice without it anyway, so it's all good. Everything worked out. Yeah, but anyway, while I was renovating this apartment, I was thinking a little bit about the backstory of the Sims who live here. Obviously, as you know, it is home to a single dad and his daughter. What happened to the mum, I didn't really think too much about. I just kind of want to go with that she died, as sad as that is, but you know, it happens. And yeah, let's just say that the dad has been raising his daughter on his own ever since. So yeah, I imagine that this dad wants to be the best dad he can possibly be for his daughter, and he wants to be able to provide her with like the best upbringing that she can have, considering that she's obviously being raised by him on his own and that she doesn't have a mum. So yeah, I feel like every kind of like penny that he earns is kind of going toward her in some way, whether it's food, whether it's new clothes, you know, and even his time, like he spends a lot of time kind of watching her at like sports events that she might have on at school, all the money on like school trips, and things like that. So yeah, he's a very, very, you know, caring dad, and he just wants to be the best dad and provide her with the best upbringing that she can possibly have. And because of this, and because of the fact that he is a single dad, I imagine that he's really struggled to level up in his career. I imagine that he is in the business career in The Sims 4, and he really wants to be, you know, a successful businessman someday. And I did look up, and a lot of the roles in the business career in The Sims are, a lot of the lower ones at least, are assistant roles. So I imagine that he's always kind of been in those positions as an assistant to other successful people, and yeah, has never really been able to get promoted because he hasn't got the time that other people who don't have children, who aren't single dads, have. So he's really struggled to get promoted and things like that just because he hasn't got that time. And yeah, it's always been a little bit tough for him. And yeah, I think this would be a pretty fun family to play with. If I were to, you know, make a household and put them in this apartment and play with them, I'd definitely start them with pretty low funds and yeah, focus on leveling up the dad's career and seeing if he can make it, and then obviously earn more money to provide his daughter with all the things that she wants and all the things that he wants to give her. And yeah, I feel like it would be a pretty fun family. And yeah, I had a lot of fun thinking about their backstory. So yeah, anyway, I have been thinking about other apartments that I can do renovations on in San Myshuno and also in Evergreen Harbour. I mean, those apartments I always forget about, even though I really, really do like them. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing a roommate's apartment in another one of the Culpepper apartments in the same building as this one. And also I've been thinking about doing a grandparents, like raising their grandchildren apartment in one of the Jasmine Suites apartments. I feel like I keep saying the word apartment over and over again in this video. I'm very, very sorry. But yeah, I feel like they'll be pretty cool as well. There are other ones I've been thinking, like a famous athlete's apartment, like a musician's apartment. Again, apartment, I'm sorry. But yeah, I still feel like they're pretty cool ideas. But if you have any others that you want to see me do, I'm always open for suggestions. It's very helpful actually. Also, I know we're getting very close to the end of the video, but I did want to mention how good the swatches update was last week. We got like 1,000 new swatches added to base game furniture, and I just feel like the game really needed it. I feel like it needs a new overhaul as well. Spa Day got a new overhaul, which was really cool. But in particular, I'm so happy we got updated colour swatches for these curtains. The curtains in the daughter's bedroom were like mostly for kids' bedrooms, but now they've got like plain swatches on them, so you can use them in any bedroom you like. And yeah, thumbs up. I'm very glad we got new swatches for that, but also new counters and new wallpapers and everything. Is really great, and yeah, I'm really happy with that update. But anyway, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please feel free to leave a like or even consider subscribing to my channel to support me. It always does mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As well, if you do want to download this apartment and have it in your game whenever you want, it is up on the gallery, so feel free to do that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye!